Yeah, and I'm back, but back like cooked crack. Like I told you, the good crack, the 98% brick that come back. Hey, fuck with me, them bars, bro. Nah. Yeah, nah. We're gonna keep it right. But, no, I'm back at you, man. I took a break. Like I said, to all of y'all out there going through something, say a prayer, man. Stand on the side of light, man. Stand on the side of righteousness. Look into yourself. Try to find that God that lives in you and bring him out. Give him somewhere to live. But today is gonna be special. You know what I'm saying? Today is a good day for me. I'm feeling kind of good. I'm charged up. I'm on my copper. Shout out Jeffro for the copper. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my copper 1. You know what I'm saying? Charge your body up. Get your melanin activated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of shit you could be doing to make your life better. But today is special to me. Today I got a guest that I've watched from high school all the way to where he's at right now. And he's been one of the most exciting people that I've seen, and his journey has been very eventful. It's probably outworked everybody out there. Everybody I've interviewed, I could take all of their music and put it together and add it up, and it probably won't even equal what he's already released. Not speaking of what he's about to do, or what he's in the process of doing, or what he's doing actually now in the present. The dude is special, man. Writer, performer, actor, dancer, philanthropist, community activist, promoter, great guy. You know, I know his parents are proud. You know, somebody's out there is really proud of this guy. Somebody out there is like, that guy, that's me. Because he's a stand-up person and he makes you want to be proud of him. Now he's moving with other people and he's doing some amazing things. But please help me welcome to this FREEZ TV algorithm and this vibe that we on. My man Deli every day.
Golly, yo, what? My mom gonna be like, that's me. That's her. That's bro. Thank you, man. Wow.
Man, come on, bro. Like, who
that was
wouldn't?
off the top. He tapped in. Wow.
Who wouldn't feel that vibe like that if that was their child, bro? Like,
yeah.
That's what we aspire to have as parents.
Yeah.
You know, something that sits here like this. You know, it's a great representation of the foundation that was put into you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So let's give them people some love. Where did you come from? How did this shit start?
Man.
Who are you? Where did you grow up at? What city you from? What state? Where was you born? Like, who the fuck are you, bro?
Real quick, so I go by the name of Deli every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, born and raised in South Phoenix. Both of my parents born and raised in South Phoenix. They went to South Mountain High School. Grew up, they was some, you know, big time pushers from where they from, and they partied a lot, so I was around a lot of that stuff, and I just found music, bro, and I've been turning up since a youngster, man. Mom's was there, super solid individual. Blessed to still have both my parents, you know, and yeah, they just instilled some values in me, man, and I just carry those, and I try to be a good person, and that's Deli every day, man. Like you said, you said it all. Like if you said it all, bro.
Yeah, but you said you came from South Phoenix. What part of South Phoenix did you grow up in?
Man, actually all over that thing, bro. But like my family, majority of my family's from like Broadway, like 24th Street, Broadway, in that area. But I done lived on like Central and Southern, like 19th Avenue and Southern, so, you know what I mean? I'm really from.
What was that like being a young African-American youngster growing up in South Phoenix? What was that dynamic like? Before the music, just being a little young black kid.
For me, my mom, she was really strict, so it was all school-based. As soon as you get home, you clean it up. You in bed by 8, you wash the dishes. Your friends can come over, but they gonna help clean up if everything is dirty. You can go outside, but you gotta be back when the street lights come on. And if you acting up, I'm gonna come sit in the class with you. So I was on my shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Always had really good grades. They they did the best they could for us. You know, they was young as well, so they still was partying and stuff. But yeah, I always had good grades. Picked up with basketball.
What schools did you go to?
I went to Concho's. Absolutely, I went to Concho's from probably kindergarten to like 6th, 7th grade, and then my mom sent me to move with my dad for a year. And I went to a school up in North Phoenix, well, Central Phoenix on the 23rd and Camelback.
Was that different coming from South Phoenix?
Absolutely, them kids was weird up there. They was weird, bro. They was weird, but I was a different type of South Phoenix kid. Like, I wasn't even super aggressive and things like that. Like, a lot of my friends and stuff, I wasn't an active one like that. Like, I was always really smart, and I could, I would talk my way out of some situation, or just not even get myself into those situations. You feel me? So
where do you think that narrative comes from, that kids from South Phoenix is aggressive, and how did you feel getting to that side of town with that kind of that stigma, but knowing that I'm not like that, I'm different? Like, what was that dynamic like going through in your mind? Because a lot of kids right now coming out of South Phoenix are moving to Tolleson, they're moving to Levine, they're moving to these different areas for affordable housing. But when they get in these areas, they're being faced with different type of classrooms, different type of neighbors, different type of shit. You know what I mean?
Right. For me, I felt it more so from my teachers. They could tell I was a different kid, that I wasn't like those other kids, but I was always smarter. So it was I feel like they may have been conflicted in a certain way, because it's we know, you can tell where he's from, but he's super smart. So I have both sides of the spectrum with that, but other kids don't have it as well as me. Other kids, from where I'm from, they struggle in school, they have behavioral problems, and they don't know how to sort through their emotions, and they don't have good parents and things like that, and I was fortunate enough to have that, so I just maneuvered like a boss, and I did all right.
That's dope. And how important, and I'm glad you even mentioned sorting through emotions.
Yeah.
How important is it for these kids and these youngsters that's growing up and going through a lot of the things that we're faced with in society to deal with these emotions? Like, how important was that for you, and how important do you think it is for kids now?
For me, it was super important. I didn't know at the time maybe, but my mom, she was really good at talking to me and my sister. Every day she'd come home from work, she'd just lecture us, bro, for 45 minutes to an hour. What are you talking about? You talking to somebody, you look them in the eye, you all these things, and I'm whatever. So that installed in me that I can talk to my mom about whatever. So I had that open door, with her, so I was able to express my emotions when needed. Now that I'm older, I actually work with kids who have emotional disabilities. I've been doing that almost 10 years. I'm a behavior coach, so I do that all day, bro. Just help kids sort through their emotions, help them deal with them, the traumas and things like that. And I see the direct effect of my work and how important it is for a child to have an outlet, whether it be basketball, music, something, painting, or just an individual to talk to, bro. It's uberly important, and I would encourage anybody to have at least one person you can talk to. One of the staff members that I work with took his life, unfortunately, recently, and I saw how it affected a lot of people. It affected me, but I have a life coach, so I have somebody still as a grown man to vent to and different things like that. So definitely with the youth, that's why I work so much with the youth, and I haven't left that field just yet, because I still have more work to do, because they need us, especially African American men. You know what I'm saying? So they relate to me, and so back to the point of your question, it's very, very important that kids have an outlet or somebody who can help them sort through those emotions and get through their day.
And let's add to that.
Yeah.
How important is it for an African American man to accept that role and kind of be present in these situations? Because my stepson, he just took his life.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and this is very recent, and I've been trying to wrap my head around a lot of things you know, and I'm sure his mother and his dad and, you know, everybody is just like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? So how important is it for an African American male to assume that position and kind of be in that role?
For our culture, definitely it's 100% needed. I've been offered jobs, different jobs, just because I was black and I looked young and I was able to build a rapport with those type of individuals. And the kids knew the difference. Like, you know, when you was a kid, bro, the cool teachers and every time. That's why I get paid what I get paid, because I can connect with them, because I let them know the real. I think that's the thing is, there's certain demographic of people who are entitled to teach us, but they can't really understand us to a full extent because they haven't experienced it. So you bring a person like me, I lived in South Phoenix. I know it. I'm picking y'all up in the van from y'all crib. I used to live in this crib. My grandma still, and they like, for real? Like, yeah, ask them. I'm gonna be over here on Saturday, and it's different. Other people should be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Other African American males and women need to do that, bro, because it's very important. I do play a big role, father figure, brother figure, cousin figure, all those in these children's lives, and I've seen the effect. I've seen kids go to jail. I've seen kids go to college. You see it all. You see the different type of households. You see what that has an effect on the child. So, yeah, man, I've been blessed.
Yeah, no, that's dope. I wanted to ask you that because we're trying to open a school. I don't want to say trying, because we will open a school. Absolutely. That's a done deal. Like, we're gonna open a school, right. And it's just dope that I see a lot of black males. I don't want to say a lot, but more black males kind of accepting the role and understanding the missing ingredient is us, like the grandpa, the daddy, the uncle, the you know, the big homie, the cousin, that man. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, that's like when a lot of people say when they come to Arizona, they be like, "Where's the culture here? What's the culture? What is the?" And me and some of my buddies, we came up to the conclusion that when they said, when people say that, they're referring to where is the strong black man.
I never thought of it that way.
You know, if we had some strong black men around here, if we had some real strong black representation, male representation, they would see what our culture was about.
Right.
But we don't, like, growing up here, I'm from here as well. You know, born and raised, South Phoenix. You know what I mean? Vistas. There hasn't really been, there's been some dope mentors, so I don't want to take no credit from some of the black men that have been here. There's some men that have played a tremendous role in my life. I'm sure that there's been some men that have played a role in your life. There's some tremendous black men out there now who are working hard, kind of like myself and yourself and different people. We're out here trying to do what we can do. But I don't know, man. It just seems like we got to do so much more. But I don't want to make this interview dark and gloomy and all about.
No, I get it.
Like the shit that we need to do. I want to focus on what we are doing. You know what I'm saying? So I applaud you. I think a word to use that I like to use a lot on this show is admiration. You know what I mean? I admire what you're doing. You know, it's motivation for me and should be motivation for some more people out there to look to their community and see what they can lend to the community to bring it up a notch. You know, what type of screwdriver can I lend the community to get that boat taken care of? Or what type of drill can I lend the community that can build this community center for this or whatever? Like, I think it's dope, and it takes all of us to pull it off. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's dope. But so as you're this young guy and you're growing up in South Phoenix and you vibing through, you trying to get your vibe, you trying to see what's going on. You at Concho's, you moving around. You touch another side of town with your pops. Then what happened in your life then?
So after living with my pops and his wife, that was just a totally like different situation. I wasn't really comfortable with that.
You mind speaking on that? Like,
yeah, it's just like that's, I think at one point I learned where you'll never love somebody else's kids as much as your own. no matter what, because I knew I was a good kid, but it was still some kind of like tension or animosity there between myself and his wife. So I wasn't really rocking with it. So after that year, I moved back home. My mom, so what, this 8th grade, went to what's the school on the south side? Man, I went to so many schools, bro. It's on 24th Street, right on South Mountain, right there.
Campbell.
I went to Campbell for a year, graduated from there. I stayed in Sterling Point on Baseline. Went to Chavez High School all 4 years. But during those 4 years, I moved like North Phoenix, like 59th Avenue, Glendale. But I always told myself, like, I'm done moving schools because we moved so much as a kid. And I always moved schools, and I'm like, I'm done doing that. Like, I don't care if I live in Avondale, which I did. I'm still going to Chavez. Like, that's where my people at. Like, that's where I'm rocking with. So I would go to school, bro, like 5 in the morning and sleep in the cafeteria because my pops had to go to work. But I lived in Avondale, so it was like, drop me off, I just sleep in there and then go to school.
Now let me rewind.
Go ahead.
You said you was living with pops and it was like a little confusion in there with your stepmom, and I kind of want to ask some questions on that because I go through that. I got baby mamas.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got baby
got
mamas.
you.
So you kind of helping me talk through some of this that I'm going through too.
got you,
You know, this is going both ways. So what are some, like, how was that attention? Like, how do you feel that there was, like, because you said that you'll never love another person's child like you'll love your own. But I beg to differ.
Okay.
Because my dad was never there.
Okay.
He cool, we know each other, we kick it, whatever. He, you know, he'll call me if he want a haircut or something.
Right.
But my stepdad died for me. He called me every day. Did you eat today, son? Do you need anything? Did you, like, and I'm 44 years old and this man treat me like I'm still a little kid. He's been that way since I first met him. He's never changed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
so
that's real.
I think a lot of it is perspective.
My experience.
Experience, exactly. So just speak to that because I got kids who don't like they stepmama.
Yeah.
And then I got kids who feel like, she be tripping. I don't like going over there, and I don't.
Right, absolutely. So for me, it was more so like just little nitpicky stuff. Like her children, they weren't like really good in school like I was. So I had more freedom. And she would just like nitpick at my dad, and they would get into it because she like, why he get to do whatever he want, and my mom would buy me crazy stuff because I'm doing good in school, but that's
that sound like me. I'm one of them parents that's like.
And y'all not doing right, so it's just like that's just gonna be there. They probably complaining to her why he get McDonald's and we gotta. Different stuff like that. They would like close the kitchen on me, like, oh, kitchen closed. You ain't. And I'm like,
what? Hey, you know what? My sister used to do that. My mom then would wash the dishes and put her be like kitchen closed. What you mean the kitchen closed? I just got out of practice.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's just like, you know, and then her sons used to, you know, try to bully me because I was a smaller kid and they was older and things like that. And but I learned from it, bro. I grew from all of that. But it's a real thing, bro. But that was my experience. So I'm sorry to say, like, that's what. But in my experience,
yeah,
and that situation taught me that from my experience.
Gave you some lessons. No, that's dope because I see you taking all of these lessons and these experiences in your life and using them to heal the youth. Yeah. Like, that's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, like, back to that word, admire again. Yeah, like, that's just dope. So now, you sleeping on the benches in the cafeteria. You just trying to make it work because you gotta go to Chavez because you hooping and you doing your thing there. What made you say I'm a rap?
So I was already rapping at 13.
So where'd the rapping come? Who introduced you to this?
My uncle, he had a group. It was 3 dudes, and they used to like record it on a record player, and they used to like make the beats and rap like that. And then they got in contact with, just gonna trip you out. They got in contact with Buki, and they started doing music with him. And then they brought me into the situation, and me and my uncle wrote my first rap at the Hampton Inn on Central. Cause my godmom, she worked there, and he was like, you wanna rap? We was already like freestyling. He's like, we're gonna write one. Wrote it. I was like, you hot? Brought me to the studio. Buki was like, that little dude hot, bro. Like, he hot. So I'm like, all right, cool. Bow Wow was hot at the time.
Yeah. He's like, I'm coming.
Oh, it's on, bro.
Yeah,
I was the
I'm
only
coming.
dude who had like a CD at school at the time. And I just kept figuring out what different ways to record and different ways to put up music on MySpace. And yeah, it was on.
So what led you to the when you hit my radar when I said there's a little dude named Deli out there that's hard as hell?
Mm-hmm.
It was this video that I saw where you were like walking through the football field at Chavez.
Yeah.
And you had like your homies, all your friends lined up. Like, was that your first video or what was that? Like, cause that's the first one that I saw.
So the Curry story, that had to be probably 2016. No, I was deep. Like I was deep into it by the Curry story. That came because I had a project called Kobe Back. And it was during the time where I felt like a lot of people was like sleeping on me because I was going through some stuff. So I'm like, I'm finna turn up. I'm finna have that mama mentality. And I was doing every single show that anybody that said I got a show, I did it. And I had somebody call me like, bro, we get it. Like, don't burn yourself. And I'm like, no, y'all gonna know, like, I'm somebody, bro. I'm somebody. So that led into the Curry story, and I was just doing like basketball, like the mixtapes, and that's where that video came from. But that video, yeah, it was my idea, and basically I was just thinking about like that was me running on my journey, and those are the different people, and they all had different expressions about me, how they felt about me on my journey. But my focus was at the end, my son. Like, that's what it was about. So that's what that video was about.
And what was it like going through that moment where you said you was like, I'm finna get on my Kobe shit? Like, what was you going through at that moment? What were you thinking about mentally when you was like, man, I'm turning up? Like, was that a dark moment, or was that just a moment of, okay, I'm doing a lot of work, but y'all just don't see it? Or was it like, y'all really got me fucked up? Or like, what type of energy was you projecting at that moment?
Yeah, it was definitely dark. It was definitely like, I'm about to show y'all, like, I think it was like right after this rap battle that I was in, and I lost, and I got like booed off the stage, and like my ego was hurt, and I was just like, I'm about to show y'all, cause like I'm a basketball player first, so like I have that competitive spirit, and it's just like, once I get to a certain point, I don't care who you is, what you done, we gotta play. We gotta go to the work. Like, you can have trophies, yeah, I used to be this, well, let's see, and I put it in everybody's face, and that led into the 365, and yeah, so
It was time to go.
that competitive spirit, yeah, absolutely.
So the 365, let's speak on that for a minute, because you dropped an original track. I asked Trap about this one day. I said, Trap, was them real songs every day? He was like, yeah, bro. He went in the studio and he recorded a record for every single day. Them was all original records.
Right.
Like, where did the motivation from that, speaking, adding on to the last question I asked you.
Right.
So where's the motivation for the 365, and what were you trying to achieve with that, and do you think you achieved your goal?
Okay, so basically, to speak to the original question, it was all original, but every beat wasn't original. Like, I did use some industry beats and beats that people knew, so other than that, but yeah, every song was definitely original. I wrote every single song, all of those type of things. So that competitive spirit, I had got to a point in my career where I felt like, okay, I did a lot of stuff. I did a lot of stuff. I did a lot of music videos. I did a lot of shows. I got a lot of following. People know me. I feel like I'm at a standstill. Like, I feel like something just ain't, you know what I mean? And what if this could be over? You know what I'm saying? What could I say that I've done? So it stemmed to, what can I do that nobody's ever done, that nobody can take from me, that it's not gimmicky, that is just pure you, which is that mama mentality, is just work. It's just like, just do what you're good at. Do what you're good at, record. That's what you've been putting all your 10,000 hours into all these years. I'm probably like 10, 11, 12 years in the game at this time. So I got the work ethic, I got the resources to pull this off. One of the dudes I listened to, Gary Vaynerchuk, he was talking to Nipsey Hussle and was just like, bro, there's gonna be a dude who's gonna get in the studio January 1st, and he's gonna drop, and he's gonna go. And Nipsey was like, bro, like that's crazy. So in my head, I'm like, he talking to me.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
So I hollered at a couple homies. They was like, bro, like, you sure? And I'm like, who else gonna do it if it's nobody's done that? Like Kendrick ain't did it, Drake. Like, so I'm like, I gotta do it. So made some phone calls. Shout out DigiLab Studio, man. They cut me a crazy deal on studio time. Like, but the owner of that studio, he had did a week challenge for the whole year, and he dropped one song a week. So he was mentoring me through stuff like that. So all of that stuff, bro. And my goal was to get better, bring awareness to my craft, do something that had never been done. Get the eyes of Gary Vaynerchuk, which I did, and he followed me. He hit me up. I'm proud of you, whatever. All of that. One thing that I thought was gonna happen was every record label in the world was gonna call me on January 1st, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened on January 1st, 2019 was nothing. That whole week,
Crickets.
nothing. I was in bed, depressed. I was sick.
You was like, all that work.
No more dopamine, cause I'm getting dopamine every day.
Yeah,
every time
yeah.
I drive,
It's kind of like Forrest Gump when he was running and he just stopped. Like, what was we doing this for?
That's tough.
So do you feel like at that moment, I guess you didn't feel like you got what you wanted from it, but looking back at it in hindsight, do you feel you got what you wanted from it as far as getting better, building the relationships, catching the eyes of the right people? Like, do you think that it benefited you in a way you wasn't even paying attention?
1000%. It was the greatest thing I've ever done. It was the hardest thing, but it was definitely worth it. The connections that I made, but even more so, you said it earlier, like the inspiration that I provided to people. There are millionaire business owners who was hitting me like, bro, like you got me through some tough times. Like I look up to what you do, and I'm like, bro, I'm broke. I'm broke. Like I'm trying to get, but they was just like, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Like you're going to be fine. Everybody telling me like just steady course. You're gonna be fine. So looking back, and then any time I go into a conversation with anybody, like that's just a great talking point. Like that sells itself, and then it brands was my name daily every day. So all those different things that I wasn't necessarily thinking about, they played a good benefit for me, and I gained a lot of fans and a lot of notoriety from that. People know what it is. Like we talk about music. I give you a song. I can do it fast.
Yeah.
I can do it fast. Like,
and it shows discipline.
Absolutely.
It shows commitment to the commitment. You know,
That's the craziest part. Like, it was a public thing too. It was like, I'm telling y'all this what I'm about to do, and I can go 200 days straight. But if I stop that next day, it's over. That was crazy. Like that amount of pressure and anxiety was crazy. So absolutely, bro. Absolutely, it was.
Like you damn near. That's almost like somebody saying I'm a kayak around the equator or something. Like that's a major feat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like another admiration, admire. That's another point. You know what I'm saying? That's another point. So from the 365 challenge and you pushing yourself like that, what are some of the cons that you took from it? Like, what do you feel like you left on the table, or what do you feel like you could have done different?
Absolutely, that's a great question. I knew he was gonna get into this. So the first con that I would say is I started releasing videos to the songs too late. Like I started releasing like me rapping the songs in like 2:15, something like that, and then it started getting more traction. So I lost a lot of probably comments or whatever or traction because of that. I was like one of the main person or people doing the artwork. So I probably kind of lost some of the attention off just how simplistic the artwork was. And also I didn't put like any marketing dollars into it at all. The reason why, because I read a book called Contagious, it's like the art of like going viral and why things catch on, and one of the tactics is like word of mouth. So my whole marketing plan was just like, this is super big, like it should market itself. Like, how cool is that you can talk to somebody else about this kid dropping a song every day, or do you think he's gonna do it, or do you? And it did that, but it didn't do it on a grand scale how I thought it would, and I thought that more local or whatever stores would pick it up, and then that would shop it, not knowing like if I would have got like a publicist or something like that, and they could have helped me. Like, I thought about those type of things like too late. A lot of times the stuff that I do on my own, like 90% of it. So I lost a lot doing that. Just having it, I should have had more people involved to like give me direction, but it was moving so fast that
it was every day.
I couldn't risk, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't risk. There's sometimes I couldn't get people in the studio to do features, so like all those different things. So it was a lot of things. It was a lot, but it was something that had never been done, so it was no blueprint to it, and I also understood that too. So I gave myself grace, like you did it, bro. Like, you did it. Your goal was to do that and put it out. Like, so anything else that came with it was just, I took that.
No, that's dope. That's dope. I'm glad you spoke to both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? So that way people can see that not only was it, I put a song out every day,
right,
but damn, like,
right,
I could have did.
Right.
And so for the next youngster who watching that, who got a plan and got or whatever, know that it's two sides to this coin.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Now, speaking on doing shows and actually like pushing yourself, what got you motivated and got you in the direction of doing your own shows and promoting your own shit? Cause I was watching something one day online and you had, I want to say, the Valley Bar rocking. You had that motherfucker rocking. Like, where did that motivation come from, and understanding that I could just sell myself?
Definitely from one of my mentors, John at Sound Vision Films. He always tried to push me to be like super self-sufficient, and he's just one of those dudes like, man, we can do that. Like, this is all you gotta do, this. And I was at a point where that's how I felt. Like, these dudes is trying to make me pay to perform and things like that. It was just like, I'm a smart guy. I know how to call a venue. I know how to get a quote. I know how to look at a calendar. I know how to get a graphic designer and print up some tickets. I know. And I just trusted myself, bro, and I do that a lot. So I just wanted to make the experience show like really personal. I delivered every ticket personally, and it was a collectible and different things like that. I had the projector screen and different outfits and 7 different cameras, and that was just me just believing in myself and really, really, really just going for it, bro. Like, and it worked. It definitely worked. It was a perfect show.
Yeah, it was dope. It was real dope.
There were other shows going on in the city that night, and those promoters came to my show before they went. Like, it's crazy.
That was dope. So, on this journey of music, what has been like some of your inspirations in writing and making music and creating, being a creator? What has been some of your inspirations, and what's your direction? What's your trajectory? Where are you headed?
So my inspiration for real just come from my life and like different stuff that I go through, different experience I have at work, my home life, different stuff that hell I even see online, and like seeing like the state of the world, and I just try to give what the world needs. And I'm getting a little older now, so my messages and different things like that are changing. I'm still trying to do it in a clever way, but I know people need food. Like, people really need food with these words and different things like that. So I feel like that's the direction I'm headed. Like, not to try to sound corny or water it all down, but man, people going through stuff right now, and I feel like I'm blessed with a way to articulate it and get through to people and be a leader and be a light to people and just let them know like we gonna go through this together. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still gonna do the music that people like and all of that, but like the core of me is definitely gonna be like positive, inspiration, encourage, like uplifting. Like, let's get to it. So
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. And
yeah.
What's her name? I asked you a lot of these questions because moving forward in your career, where do you see yourself? Like, who do you see yourself like aligning with, like working with, like aspiring to kind of follow this path? Like, where do you look towards that way in the future?
I really just like, I like the artists who do a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't know about. I don't know the dudes really like that, so like I just want to get in there and get a feel and see like who the good people are and who I feel aligned with. And like how you said, ironically off camera, see how our dreams align. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful for that perspective now, you know what I'm saying? So just see whose dreams align with mine, which is to help the community, you know, get enough cheese to buy my free time and be able to do some projects I want to
That's
do.
dope. Buy your free time.
That's all I'm trying to do, bro. Like you probably do need millions and millions. Some people don't. I just need some wiggle room to get these thoughts off and start to build seeds in the right direction. Like I want to own a pizza shop. Like I like pizza.
Yeah.
I want to own like a black-owned bowling alley. Bowling's really big on my dad's side of the family. I was an amazing bowler as a youth. Had scholarships, all type of stuff. So that's what I want to get into.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. Who have you done music with that you really like, and who is your like favorite producers you like to work with, videographers? Who do you like to work with that really bring the best out of you?
So 1000% I say Markel Delwan. Like that's my favorite person to make music with. Like he cold, bro. Like he cold. Like that's who I go to when I feel like I'm like down and I ain't got no inspiration. I was like, play some of your new stuff, bro. And here, I'm like, all right, cool. I needed that, but it's all love with that. So yeah, definitely my dude Markel Delwan, super talented dude. As far as videographers, I only really work with like my dude Sound Vision Films as far as because we built a relationship probably almost 10 years now, and it's like a brother to me, like a mentor. So yeah, like I said, I edit my own videos and stuff now, but he taught me how to be self-sufficient on that and do that. So yeah, I'm trying to work with more people, bro. Like I said, I learned how to.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I record
if the formula works.
I
Keep the
record.
formula.
I record at the crib, mix it, master it lightly. I did all that, the 2K stuff. I did all that for my room. My producer Bleak. I really love working with that dude. Another dude named Lifted. Not the dude who did the Mercy. Everybody get it confused. So it's another dude. We got some records coming out, but yeah, bro. I don't really like branch out. Like when I find some people that I like, I keep them. Yeah, bro. So I'm not one of them dudes. Like let's do that.
Man, speak on some of your accomplishments. You know, whether it be performing at the Suns game, what was that like? Being on video games, getting placements on different shit. Like, what is that? Like, speak on some of that for some of the people who don't know some of the shit that you've done. Speak on that.
Yeah. So I did the System movie with iRock Daniels. I just so happened to be an extra in the movie, and somebody else didn't show up, so I got one of the main roles in the movie. And that opened up a bunch of different doors. I just did a second movie with him. It's gonna come out pretty soon. I don't know how the movie stuff goes. That with the 365, that got me on like all the news stations, Power 98.3. They gave me Artist of the Year. They had never even done anything like that before. I got a song on NBA 2K 21. Man, I never think about all of this stuff, so, but I've been in the behavioral health field helping kids for the past 10 years. To me, that's really big. Like, that's one of my biggest accomplishments for sure. Like, I've helped hundreds and hundreds of kids. Dang, bro. That's all I can think of right now, man. It's crazy.
No, it's dope. Sometimes it's good to reflect. Sometimes it's good to look back at
That's a fact.
the things that we've done and kind of just let it soak in and kind of just be like, damn, you know, I did do that. Yeah, I did do that. Because sometimes we forget that we superheroes.
Yeah.
And on my thing, I like to speak about the superheroes that are my friends and the Avengers and the different people who I deal with. And you're one of them superheroes.
Thank you, man.
You know, you're one of the people who motivates and does just so much tremendous things that has nothing to do with music.
Right.
You know, and a lot of the things that you do in music resonates in life. And I think it's dope. Even when I ask you about inspirations, the thing that inspired you is your life.
Yeah.
You you know, you didn't even mention the name.
Yeah.
You mentioned your life.
Yeah. My life is crazy though, like.
Yeah. Everybody's life is.
Yeah, yes or no.
That's one of the reasons why I like doing this interview, these interviews, is because once we put the life in perspective, we can understand the music, we can understand the narrative, we can understand the artist.
That makes sense.
What I mean? And a lot of these podcasts and shit that I be watching, they be so focused on the wrong things that we don't get a chance to connect with the artist.
Gotcha.
You know, I want to connect with the artist. I wanted to hear that story about that video.
Right.
Like, now I know what that video really represented. It represented pretty much the same thing as you told me and what I thought.
Right.
But now I know.
Right.
You know, and it makes me like the video even that much more. And that video, like, 6-7 years old.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, it's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? And like Nori said about giving flowers, I'm not even giving you no flowers. I'm just saying I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thank
you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying keep grinding because you're our future. You know, when we speak of these great men and these great people, oh, we have the Martin Luther Kings, or we have the this, or we have the that. No, we have the deli today. You know, we got black men who look like us, who are really trying to make a difference in the community. Not just with music, but just with manhood, you know, with real fellowship, you know, and that's what this interview was really about to me. You know, this interview was just mainly to get the people to know you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But right now, tell them what you got coming out. Any music coming out, anything that they can go look at. What's your social media?
Yeah.
If it's a kid watching this interview that wants some mentorship, how do they reach out to you? If somebody in a dark place and just need a hug, like, how do they reach out to you? Like, give them some game, bro.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny that you say that because I just did a show in Gallup, New Mexico. And they showed me so much love, bro. They poured so much love into me. It was weird. Like, I felt obligated to give them something back. So at the end of the show, I told everybody, like, man, if you want to follow me, like, I know everybody going through something, like, hit me on the DM, like, we can talk about it, we can woo, woo. And then after I got off the stage, everybody just embraced me, like, man, like, you different. Like, nobody's ever, like, did y'all hear what he asked? He said if we need him, hit his dick. Like, it was a big deal. So, like, that was really something for me. So, yeah, hit me on Instagram, Daily Every Day. Any kind of way you can get in contact with me, it's gonna be on Daily Every Day. Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk. I might not have no money for you or something like that. I got an ear for you. You know what I'm saying? I might not have the answer. I can try to direct you to somebody who has the answer. I have a lot of great people in every type of field you can think of who can back me. So, yeah, man. And if you're a kid watching this, bro, be patient, man. Just be patient. You can do it. Stay down. Work hard. You just gotta work hard. If you work hard, something gonna happen. Like, I guarantee it.
Man, the music. What's out there right now that we can go listen to today?
We got the Bopper record, man. We got the Bopper record. We finna put some more steam back in that. We got a lot of DJs and core DJs and different things like that. They saying like that's a hit. So we finna put some more steam. We finna get an official video for that. And we finna go crazy with that. And then we just gonna put some different feeder songs, you know, out there to get the catalog up where it's supposed to be. And then gonna start giving the hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna take it up.
Listen, man, congratulations on the recent moves, man. I've been seeing you all around the country doing different things. I've been seeing you with different, I don't want to say management, but different associations and relationships, man. And I'm proud of you, man, because I know the people who you affiliating yourself with and associate is the right people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I see you with certain celebrities and whatever, I'm like, that's a good fit.
Yeah.
When I see you with certain people, like, just moving, I'm like, whoa, that's a good fit. Like, and just like, kind of like Merkham's and Bryce Breezy, that's a good fit. You know what I mean? Like, this person and that person, like, that's a good fit. And the team that I've seen you assembling around you lately, it's a good fit. So I'm just excited to see what the future holds and see what you got coming next. Cause man, like, you blessed, bro, and you're talented. You got favor on your life, and the things that you do is just dope, bro. So thank you for coming to fuck with me, and I appreciate you being open and candid and just kind of landed on there. You know what I'm saying? Cause this interview could have been dry, but it's dope. Like, and that's why, like I said, why I want to keep doing it. Cause
it's therapeutic for me.
Yeah, for me too.
Yeah.
You know, just having a good conversation with a strong-minded person.
Right.
And that's my color. It's dope.
That part.
You know, we're not talking about basketball. We're not talking about football. We're not talking about guns.
Right.
We're not talking about the hood. We're not talking about Kodak getting shot. We're not talking about,
it's a fact.
you know what I'm saying?
Right,
We're not on none of that. We just talking about the love that you project and the blessings that's coming to you.
Yeah.
You know, you deserve it. You know, keep putting it out there, and God gonna continue to bless you. Just keep being a vessel. Like, you know, it ain't nothing I can say. You know, you're a living representation of the things that you project. So keep projecting the positivity, and you're gonna keep getting blessed. I'm waiting to see you on the top with the platinum plaque, and it's coming.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Yeah.
It's really coming.
Damn. Yeah.
You know, and when you get it, just don't forget about the little people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure I can still get one of these interviews, you know.
You're a legend, bro.
Because
great, bro.
It means a lot just to have a solid representative from South Phoenix, you know, from where I'm from, and to be proud of that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very proud of that. You know what I'm saying? It's dope, bro. So congratulations once again.
Okay. Appreciate you having me.
But y'all know what it is, man. I told y'all I got super friends. I told y'all Deli is dope. If y'all ain't up on it, get on your Apple, your Google, your YouTube, whatever you on, and look up Deli every day. We know for a fact he got 365 songs you can go listen to right now. You know what I'm saying? Get on his SoundCloud, get on everything he got. Try to get to his music somewhere. You feel me? Like, fuck with him. But like the goofies tell you all the time, like, comment, subscribe, you feel me? Fuck with me. Hit the all button when you click down, click the all so you can keep getting these interviews, because if you don't get the interviews, we not gonna get the views. If we don't get the views, they not gonna get the exposure. If they don't get the exposure, it's just falling on deaf ears. And we not trying to do that. We trying to build a community here where we projecting love and prosperity. You feel me? We want to all eat. We want to get what we can get out of all of this and make sure that we can provide the best opportunities for those that we fuck with. But I'm kind of perplexed on this one, because I always wrap it up with some old slick shit to say. But today, I'm just stuck because this conversation today was deep. And it fed me just as well as it probably fed y'all. You know, when you exchange energy with people and it's positivity and it's based on love and it's really based on making something happen, it's amazing what you can do. And this young brother is like a real example of what you can really do. He did a song every day. He does this, he does that. But at the end of his interview, he says, the biggest accomplishment I have is working 10 years with helping other people. Like, this shit is like amazing. I'm mind blown. You know what I'm saying? We always speak about things. We say that it was written. We say we have faith. We say that we love. We say that we believe. But is it manifest in your life? Do you walk that way? You know? Your mouth can say a lot of things, but do your actions represent what you talk about? You know, Deli is one of them guys who represent what he say. In the Bible, they call it an upright man. But we're not even finna get into religion and none of that. But it's just as dope, man, when you get to share moments with people who have favor on their life. Because some of us spend so much time with people who just drain our energy that after a conversation like this, I feel so charged up, I don't know what I want to go do. But I know I want to read more. I want to get more focused on how I can help. What more can I lend myself to? Like, what can I be more selfless about? You know? Because I get caught up on accolades just like I'm sure y'all do. But I know one of my biggest accomplishments isn't putting my life on the line for other people for a decade. And that's what we got to do, man. We got to focus on people. How can we love God and we don't love his people? Stay focused, man. You know what I tell y'all every time. Today will soon be two things. Today will soon be tomorrow, and today will soon be yesterday. Whatever you do today is what's going to determine your tomorrow. Don't get to tomorrow trying to figure out what you should have did yesterday. All we have is a moment. Like I told you in one of these interviews, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, the best present that you can give a person is living in your present. That's why it's called a present. Fuck with your boy, man. I'm out. Peace.